Hi and welcome to this Leaving Cert Higher Level Applied Maths video. In this video, we're looking at the 2025 exam paper and we're looking at question 6, part A, which is a dynamic programming from tables question. Hannah wishes to purchase a new camper van. He wants to have the use of the camper van for 5 years and to minimize how much money this will cost him. He does not wish to own a camper van at the end of the 5 years. The cost of a new camper van is 80,000. A camper van must be serviced each year. The cost of servicing a camper van during its first year is 500. The cost of servicing a camper van during its second year is 800, and the cost of servicing a camper van during its third year is 1400. A 1-year-old camper van has a resale value of 74,000. A 2-year-old camper van has a resale value of 70,000, and a 3-year-old camper van has a resale value of 61,500. Anna wishes to own a camper van that is no more than 3 years old at all times in this 5-year period. Anytime he purchases a camper van, this is a new one. Use dynamic programming to find Ana's optimal strategy. To find their optimal strategy. Calculate how much it will cost Ana if he uses his optimal strategy. Relevant supporting work must be shown. Okay, so this is one of the most unusual of the dynamic programming from tables because it doesn't follow maybe what we think of as like the traditional dynamic programming structures. Now, it is a very straightforward question to do, but you do need some practice on these because it is that little bit different. So one thing that will make your life easier is we're going to look at an overview of what's happening at each point. So for example, we're going to look at what happens if he buys a camper van and keeps it for 1 year. So the cost involved in that is going to be 80,000 to buy the camper van. He then has to service it during his first year, which costs him 500. He then gets to resell it, so he gets 74,000 back. I know it's a minus because we're talking about costs, like our income or money back in is like a negative cost. So we have 80,000 to buy it, 500 for servicing, and then they get 74,000 back, which means it costs 6,500 to buy and keep a camper van for 1 year because we're buying it, keeping it, and then we sell it again. So what's the cost if they do this for 2 years? So 2 years is going to be 80,000 plus your 500, plus then, because they have it in the second year, they have to service it in the second year. And when they sell it, it's now 2 years old, so they're only getting 70,000 for it. So the cost of keeping it for 2 years is 11,300. And then for 3 years, it's going to be 80,000 plus 500 plus 800 plus 1,400 because it's getting serviced in year 1, year 2, and year 3. And then when they sell it, they're getting 61,500 back. So that's an overall cost of 21,200 for 3 years. We're not going any further because if you remember, and I'll highlight it here, we were told in this question so that it was no more than 3 years old. Okay, so we can't have it going beyond 3 years. So now that we've kind of done the hard work, we can start looking at our actual table. So here we have our 5 headings: our stage, state, action, destination, and value. So our stage is how many years remain in our 5-year plan. The state, now I have a little asterisk beside this saying as per marking scheme. So according to the marking scheme, it's the years you keep now plus the years you left afterwards. Now, I'm not crazy about the way that that is structured. I don't think it's helpful. It doesn't help us follow our rule to say that every state gets a star with regards to our optimal value. It doesn't help us connect the destination back. There's a whole lot of issues, I suppose, I have with that state. Problem is, when we talk about state, we mean about what's happening at the start. So how many years old is our camper van? But the problem is, because we do a very simplistic version of dynamic programming for this type, which makes it so much easier to do, state doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I suppose anytime you're putting anything in here, it isn't really state in the true sense of the word, because really we should be asking how old is this camper van at the start, and that's what state is. But we're always thinking about the camper van, buying it now and keeping it, so it's always going to be a 0, which again doesn't really make any sense. So what I'm going to put in here is something to really help us connect our destination to the state. I do tend to prefer words in this version compared to the other types of dynamic programming. but we'll see it as we go through. So then the action is how long you keep the camper van for, and the destination is then what happens at the end. So the number of years left. So I tend to like to connect my destination back to the state so we can really clearly see what's going on. So the stage is, let's start with stage number 1. I'm going to change my state rather than the years you keep now, the years you keep. I need to think of the state as the start. So in very simple terms, the state is always the start. The action is what you do. And then the destination is what's happening then at the end. So my state here is basically start of year 5. And then the action is I'm going to keep this for 1 year because that's all I can do. And that brings us to the end of year 5. What effectively that means is it brings us to the end of the question. So the cost of this, we've already done the hard work, and that's 6,500. Now, if I have made a decision to do something at the start of that year, that means the only thing I can do is I don't camper van, so I buy one and I keep it for the length of that 1 year. Anything else, so holding on to a van, so a van we already have, we kind of are going to deal with that in our other stages. So we draw a line under this, and this value is optimal. So then for stage 2, so when there's 2 years going, so we're now at the start of year 4, so that's year 4 and year 5 left. And my actions are I can either buy one and keep it for 2 years or buy it and keep it for 1 year. 1 year brings me up to the start of year 5, and 2 brings me to the end of year 5. What that means is I can now connect my start of year 5 with this start of year 5. So I know, okay, if I buy a van and keep it for 1 year, it's going to cost me 6,500. Plus, I also have another year left, so I have another 6,500, which is going to give me a 13,000 total to do here. I then have another option, which is keep it for 2 years. We've already done that calculation, and that's 11,300. Now I can see that I have one state. There are 2 options. I need my optimal value. 11,300 is optimal for that. I then move into stage 3. Stage 3 is the start of year 3. My options are I buy it and keep it for 1 year, I buy it and keep it for 2 years, or I buy it and keep it for 3 years. So where does that bring me up? So if I buy it at the start of year 3 and keep it for 1 year, it brings me to the start of year 4. And you can just use numbers here. Because we're doing start and end of years, I prefer to put in those words. This will bring me to the start of year 5, and this will bring me to the end of year 5. So what that means is if I buy it and keep it for 1 year, it's 6,500, but then I need to add in the optimal value for the start of year 4. The start of year 4 is here, which means my optimal value is the 11,300. So I have to add that on here. So that gives me 17,800. For 2 years, that's going to be my 11,300, which we've already calculated, brings us up to the start of year 5. And I know the optimal value for the start of year 5 was that 6,500. So I add on my 6,500, that gives me 17,800 as well. And then if it's 3 years, we've already again done that calculation. That was our 21,200. And then that brings me up to the end of the year. So I actually don't need to add anything else, or sorry, the end of the question. So I don't need to add anything else on. I've no other options. I draw my line and I think about now for that state, what is optimal. So there's actually 2 values that are the same. So I can start them both. So then we move on to stage 4. So this is the start of year 2. And for the start of year 2, we can buy it for 1 year, buy it for 2 years, buy it for 3 years. The start of year 2 for 1 year brings me to the start of year 3. 2 brings me to the start of year 4. And this brings me to the start of year 5. So I'm keeping it for 1 year. So that's my 6,500. I go to my start of my year 3, and the optimal value for that is 17,800. Adding those together, that gets me 24,300. I keep it for 2 years, that's 11,300. But now I'm at the start of year 4. The optimal value for start of year 4 is 11,300. That's 22,600. And then for 3 years, that's 21,200. That brings me to the start of year 5. So I'm adding in my 6,500. So that gives me 27,700. There's no other options because I can only keep it for 3 years. And my optimal then is my 22,600. And our last year then is stage 5, which is the start of year 1. And that means I can keep it for 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year. This brings me up to the start of year 2. This brings it to the start of year 3. And this brings it to the start of year 4. What that means is I have 6,500 plus the optimal value for the start of year 2, which is 22,600. That gives us 29,100. Start of year 3. So if we buy it for 2 years, 11,300 plus the optimal value from the start of year 3, which we worked out as 17,800. So that is 29,100 as well. And then our last one here, which is 3 years, which is 21,200, and plus the optimal value for the start of year 4, which was 11,300, which gives us 32,500. And we actually get 2 optimal values here. So there's 2 options that work out the best for us. So working back through it, here are the answers. So either we go 221, 212, or 122. What that means is we buy for 2 years. Okay, so this is this option here. So we buy for 2 years, and that brings us start to year 3. Then we buy for another 2 years, and then we buy for a year. My other option is I buy it for 1 year. And then if I buy it for 1 year, that brings me to the start of year 2. Then I buy it for 2, brings me to the start of year 2 or year 4. And then I buy it for 2 years. Or my other option is 212. So that is where I have 3 years. And then I have at the start of year 3, I can also just buy it for 1. So basically, if I have it for 2 years, 2 years, and 1 year in any order, it's going to work out as 29,100. So I just wanted to show you the solution from the SEC marking scheme so you could see what I was talking about earlier. We have stage, state, action, destination, and value. So our stage is the same. The stage is where they have here basically how long we're going to buy it for and then how long is left after. So effectively it's the action plus the destination again. So my issue with kind of this format, it's hard for us to see our optimal value because the rule is every state should have an optimal value. Because each state here is different, then it makes you think, okay, should every single one of these have a star? And that's not true. I also think it's difficult then to link your destination back to your previous state. So for example, here, if you have 1 left, where is this bringing us back? So the destination is kind of linking back to stage more so than state. So it just is not in line with how we would use our dynamic programming in other places. So absolutely valid solution. Obviously this is what they published, but I don't know how helpful it is as a student when you're working through it. So with regards marking, you will get your marks. They're not, I suppose, strict in what that state is. The action and destination are pretty much aligned. We just used our words rather than 0 and 1. And I just find it easier than all these 0s and 1s. So I actually know exactly what that means. But instead of like the end of year 5, absolutely you could use 0 and the start of year 5 is 1, absolutely. So it's only really that state part that I'm in slight disagreement with. But you'll get your marks once you have that in some sort of form. But where it will matter is where they have asked in the next part about the definition for stage and for state. So in the context of this question, distinguish between the concept stage and state. So stage is the number of years still to cover in the 5-year plan. So that will tell us how long is left till the end of the question. Now, for me, the state is always what's happening at the start. So really and truly the age of the camper van at the start of the stage. With regards how we do these particular questions, we simplify them. So our state is not the state in the true sense of what dynamic programming is. The true sense of dynamic programming, it should be the age of the camper van. However, it's not really. But this would be enough to get you your marks. And from the marking scheme, what they've said is the stage is your current year. So that's what it kind of ties back to. And stage is like a history of ownership. And they would have accepted age there, and because that would have been absolutely valid. But it's a tough question to be asked about this type of question because we're not really using the state in the truest sense of what it's meant to be with dynamic programming. The good news is that the other tables, the stage, state, the action, destination, and optimal value, they're all much clearer. This is the one that's I suppose the least clear because of that simplification that we do to make this a nice question.